Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Rewind the Tape. I'm none other than your friendly neighborhood Van Soda, joined as always by Van Rayner. How's it?
What?
I said, how's it going?
Logan, I'm really excited to talk about Logan tonight. That's what we're talking about, right?
I wish, yeah, I wish. No,
Oh
we are.
wait, not Logan. Isn't Days of Future Past?
No, this is not an X-Men movie, but it is a Hugh Jackman film. We are talking about the what year? The 2004 movie Van Helsing, a movie that I remember liking,
Mm,
but upon rewatch, boy,
this isn't good. I'm not going to Mary Lovely. This isn't good.
no, it's too long. When you think, oh, we're at the end, it's like, oh, we got an hour left
Yeah,
because the mid battle, the way they played it like it was the end fight, and it's like, oh my god,
and I'll say this. I said this in a message to you. If it was a good movie, that time wouldn't bother me.
right, agreed. But it felt like a drag.
And Hugh Jackman is always good.
Yep.
So it was good to see him. But yeah, this movie not good. Not good at all.
Nope. So this movie was came out on May 7th, 2004, with a budget of 160 to 170 million dollars and a box office of 300.2. So not a disappointment, but not a hit either.
Well, okay, correct. I seem to remember, I might be wrong. Kate Beckinsale was already doing Underworld, right?
Entourage.
Underworld.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah, yeah,
Underworld.
yeah. Sorry, I misheard it as Entourage. Yeah, no, Underworld. Or I think she'd already done the first one by this because I remember the first one coming out. I was in middle junior high.
Was he the, I don't know how that could have worked, but was
No,
he
that's
the
right.
plan?
This was after Underworld because I was reading the trivia while watching the movie last night, and that was part of it. They didn't want to send her the script because of Underworld, and her agents convinced them to send her the script, and she signed on right away.
Well, I might be wrong, and please correct me if I am wrong. If a movie was good, I thought they would plan to connect with you.
That I don't know, but I do know that there were plans for more. And the way this movie is, like what we see in this movie, it definitely lends to that, especially the thing where Gabriel doesn't know about his past, and then he turns down the offer to learn more. So I mean, that right there
So,
means they were thinking of another movie for
you know,
sure.
let me ask you this. Hugh Jackman always getting amnesia and always looking to find out about his past.
Yeah, that's right. Logan Van Helsing. Yeah,
That is quite a swoop, and that is quite a stereotype.
I was gonna say that's quite some typecasting there. And then you've got him as Jean Valjean in Les Miserables, where he's trying to forget his past or run
I
to the past.
never seen, I never seen that. Was that any good?
I seem to be in the minority who really like it. A lot of
Okay.
people enjoy but I do get the criticism. That's another one that might be too long. But I like it. A lot of people criticize Russell Crowe singing. I think it's fine because I know that they were doing it live on the set, and I know what live musicals sound like myself as being in them. That it never bothered me, but yeah, I can see why people think it's too long.
Like I said, I never seen it. All I know about it is that Natalie Portman, no. Anne Hathaway had one scene that won her an Oscar.
Yep. Yeah, her character. Spoilers for Les Mis, which for a movie that's been out about a decade now. Her character dies in the first act.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the rest of the movie is Hugh Jackman raising her daughter, like he told her he would.
Nice.
Yeah.
The,
I might
the only,
add it to the list because I want to rewatch it and I want to get your take on it, your thoughts on it.
okay, the only song I know from it is Master of the House. And the only reason I know that is because in a Seinfeld episode, Sean had it stuck in his head and he was singing it throughout the episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to send that clip. You're gonna have to send that to me. That's pretty darn funny. Yeah, Sacha Baron Cohen is in there as this person. His character is the one that sings that song along with Helena Bonham.
Oh,
Like
nice.
it's a great cast. Hold on, I'll bring it up real quick and before we get into Van Helsing. Um,
Yeah, anything you take away from Van Helsing, I'm good with.
let's see. Yeah, 2012, so 10 years. Yeah, it's got Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Anne Hathaway, Amanda Seyfried, whatever you pronounce her name, Eddie Redmayne, Helena Bonham Carter, Samantha Barks, who is a big theatrical Broadway actress.
Huh.
Um, Aaron Tveit, who played Danny Zuko in the Fox Grease thing they did. Colm Wilkinson, who was the original Jean Valjean, appears as the priest. Like it's got a pretty darn.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Colm Wilkinson. There's a song in the movie called "Bring Him Home" that I think Hugh Jackman does a really good rendition of, but Colm Wilkinson's version is so beautiful and soulful. I'll send it to you afterwards. It's worth a listen because
Nice.
you can hear the emotion that his character is trying to portray in his voice, and you do believe what he's saying. Like it's phenomenal.
Nice.
All right, so shall we venture off to Transylvania on this wild
Do we
ride?
have to? Do we have to?
Well, but how do you want to do this? Do you want me to do the IMDb summary, or do you want me to do the Wikipedia summary, which is shorter?
Whatever you want to do, my man. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, I got a feeling you won't interrupt. You won't interrupt me all that much, so I'll do the IMDb one. I think it's
Should I interrupt you?
yeah. Whenever pops into your head, I
Okay.
encourage you to do it.
All right. Before you get started, I will say this. I like the opening in black and white.
Yes, I did like that as well.
I wish I continued that in black and white.
And also, for a brief moment, I thought I was watching the wrong movie because the way the monster screamed "no," I thought it was Peter Boyle from Young Frankenstein, which is funny because as I was reading the things, this role got him the role of the monster in Young Frankenstein on Broadway.
Oh, I didn't know they made that into a Broadway show.
Never got as big as the producers, but yeah, they did. They did make one.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Gabriel Van Helsing, Hugh Jackman, has been ordered by the Vatican to search out and destroy Count Vladislaus Dracula, played by Richard Roxburgh, who played villains in quite a few different movies. He was Moriarty in League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a really good villain actor. An assignment that doesn't make Van Helsing very happy. He's tired of killing monsters for the church, only to be branded by the public as a murderer with a price on his head. He also wishes that he had back his memories, something that were taken away from him due to his previous sins. Cardinal Genet explains that their assignment is important because 450 years ago, a Transylvanian knight named Valerius the Elder promised God that his family would never rest nor enter heaven until they vanquished Dracula. However, Dracula still lives, but only two of Valerius's descendants, Princess Anna, played by the lovely Kate Beckinsale, who she hasn't aged. This movie is almost old, and she still looks like that, this. And Prince Velkin, who played by Will Kemp, who I don't know from anything else. The Valerius family is running out of time, and the church is committed to saving their souls. So, armed with only a scrap of a picture, rings of garlic, holy water, a silver stake, a crucifix, an automatic crossbow, and Friar Carl, who I love Friar Carl, played by David Wenham, who played Miller's brother in The Lord of the Rings.
Nice.
Yeah. Cast because they, according to this actor, because they had the same big nose.
Of course they did.
Van Helsing's arrival in Transylvania is not well met, as Transylvanians don't like strangers.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. And actually, you know what's actually pretty cool? This fight was filmed on the same backlot set that all of the village stuff from the Universal Monster movies were filmed on. The same set.
Okay, that's cool. That is interesting.
Really cool. As Princess Anna challenges their business there, Van Helsing notices three harpies flying towards them. They are Dracula's three brides, Alira, Mariska, and Verona. It's obvious that they are trying to nab Anna. In fact, they succeed in carrying her off several times, but Van Helsing manages to get her back. He finally destroys Mariska by dipping his crossbow in holy water before shooting her with a dart. Oddly, the villagers.
So, in a way, he got rid of her by melting her. I'm melting, melting,
Great scene. Uh, where was I? He finally. Oddly, the villagers are angry with Van Helsing for killing Mariska. They explain that
melting.
the vampires only kill one or two a month to satisfy their needs. Now, thanks to him, they will kill more out of revenge. Dracula isn't happy about it either. Not only is he now short one bride, but a year ago, after setting up Victor Frankenstein with his own laboratory, the villagers set Frankenstein's monster on fire, and Dracula needed the monster in order to give life to his offspring. Dracula's children are born dead and must be animated. Then, just a few days ago, Velkin Valerius destroyed Dracula's werewolf with a silver bullet, although it cost Velkin his life when the werewolf grabbed him just before he fell off a steep cliff. Grateful that Van Helsing saved her life and destroyed Mariska, Anna takes Van Helsing and Karl back to the castle where the Valerius family has lived for hundreds of years following Dracula's human death. That evening, Anna wants to go out vampire hunting, but Van Helsing, preferring to wait until the daylight, sprays her with knockout spray. When Anna later awakens, the halls are dark and Van Helsing is nowhere to be found. Still, someone's there. It's a werewolf, not just any werewolf. It's her brother, Velkin. Apparently,
Werewolf. Werewolf. Werewolf.
love Frankenstein.
Come on. I can't be the only one who thinks of that scene when you hear the word werewolf.
Not all the time, but it's still a fucking hilarious scene.
I love that movie.
Me too. It's her brother Velkin. Apparently, Velkin was bitten by the werewolf on the way down, surviving the fall, and now he is a werewolf too. When the moon suddenly goes behind a cloud, Velkin changes from werewolf back to himself just long enough to warn Anna. Then the moon comes out, and he changes back into a werewolf and lunges at her. Van Helsing.
Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
What do you think of the effects on the werewolf?
I like it, but I'm still a sucker for the physical transformation. But I like that. At the end of the day, I do like the overall look of the werewolves in here. Like, they're big, hulking monstrosities. And when we get to it, I think the transition from Hugh Jackman from his werewolf to human form again is it's perfect. Like, it just fits.
All right.
Grateful that. Van Helsing appears and fires a shot at Velkin, but he leaps out the window. Van Helsing follows, and just when Van Helsing gets a clear shot at Velkin, Anna stops him to let him know that Dracula supposedly has a cure for werewolfism. Van Helsing agrees to help Anna look for the antidote and try to save her brother. Velkin's trail leads them to Castle Frankenstein, or is it Frankenstein, where Dracula and Igor. Now, do you recognize who played Igor?
He looked familiar, but I couldn't place it.
Hey, O'Connell, looks like I've got all the horses. Hey, Benny, looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. It's Benny from The Mummy.
Oh, I only seen The Mummy once, and I really liked him, and I only seen it once.
Oh, dude, that's I'm glad that one's on this wheel, because I pray that's the next one we watch.
Really?
There's a reason why it's held in such high regard. It's like the best of the genre. It
really, dude, I didn't hear I liked it. I didn't only seen it once.
Oh no, I'm just giving my thoughts on it. Like, it is the best of this genre.
You gotta love Brandon Fraser.
Oh yeah.
So
him and Rachel Weisz in those movies are a great chemistry. Yeah.
I'm so happy he's having a little bit of a comeback right now.
Me too. Hollywood and the public missed him.
Yep.
Okay. Then Velkin's trail leads them to Castle Frankenstein, where Dracula, Igor, and the Dwargi, ugly little creatures that work for Dracula, have strapped Velkin to Dr. Frankenstein's machine, almost called it Frankenstein. and are trying to
Hey,
harness.
who would you?
Yeah, I thought it was pronounced. I thought it was pronounced Igor. Well, they got it wrong now, didn't they? Or no, well, they were wrong now, weren't they? Uh, let's see. Have strapped Velkin to Dr. Constantine are trying to harness his life energy to animate Dracula's kids. Lightning strikes, and Velkin's life force flows into the baby vampires who start to hatch. Thousands of them. Van Helsing starts shooting at them. Dracula gets really mad and starts attacking Van Helsing. He stabs Dracula with a silver stake, but it doesn't work. The stake needs to be made of wood. Alira, Verona, and the babies fly into the village so that the brides can teach the babies how to feed. Suddenly, all the vampire babies start to explode, and the animation hasn't been successful. Dracula orders Velkin to kill Van Helsing and Anna. In their escape from Castle Frankenstein, Anna and Van Helsing fall into a subterranean cave where the Frankenstein monster has been hiding. Van Helsing shoots them with a tranquilizer dart, but refuses to kill him because he can sense that the monster is not evil. Van Helsing will only kill evil beings. Before he passes out, the monster explains that he is the key to Dracula's research, that he is the only thing that Dracula needs in order to bring life to his brood. Even though the last hatchlings died, Dracula has thousands more waiting birth, he says. Suddenly, they notice that they're being watched by Velkin. Knowing that Dracula will soon know their whereabouts, Van Helsing tries to take the Frankenstein monster back to Rome for protection, but they are attacked by Verona, Alira, and Velkin. Van Helsing destroys Verona and gets a silver bullet into Velkin, who later dies in Anna's arms. Unfortunately, Velkin also manages to bite Van Helsing. Alira picks up Anna and flies her back to Dracula while Van Helsing, Karl, and the monster are forced to walk. They meet up with Alira again in Budapest. She invites them to a Halloween masquerade ball during which they can trade the monster for Anna. Van Helsing tranquilizes the monster and locks him in the church while he and Karl go to the ball. At the ball, while Dracula... See, this is a long movie, folks. At the ball, that's... I'm about the halfway point of the synopsis. At the ball, while Dracula dances with Anna, he tries to talk her into becoming his bride, but Anna will have none of it. Van Helsing rescues Anna, but their escape is thwarted when Igor triumphantly brings in the Frankenstein monster. Everyone at the ball turns into vampires and goes after Van Helsing, Karl, and Anna, forcing them to jump out a window. By the time Van Helsing, Anna, and Karl get back to Transylvania, Dracula has cleared out of Castle Frankenstein and moved to no one knows where. They go to the library where Karl has done a bit of research and discovered that Dracula is really the son of Valerius the Elder. The whole problem started when Dracula was murdered in 1462 by the left hand of God, this is one of the hints that Gabriel Van Helsing is actually Gabriel the Archangel. When he died, Dracula made a covenant with the devil and was given a new life that could only be sustained by drinking blood. That's when Valerius the Elder went to Rome and bargained away his family's right to enter heaven until he killed Dracula. Dracula being his son, however, Valerius wasn't able to kill him, so he banished him to an icy fortress through a door with no means of escape until the devil gave wings to Dracula. So where is
this? This is so stupid. I'm sorry. This is so stupid.
Yeah, I'm always interested to hear various different versions of Dracula's origin, but this one's a little weird. Anna reveals that her father spent hours staring at a particular picture. Perhaps that picture holds the key to the door. On the door is an inscription in Latin, which Karl tries to read but cannot finish because a piece is missing. Van Helsing remembers a scrap of picture that Cardinal Jeanette gave him before he left Rome.
They should have looked for the piece under Van Helsing's hat.
Right?
Point to you if you know that reference. Not you, but talking to the audience.
Mitchie the Kid, baby, Mitchie the Kid. Yeah, I know it's like, no, you're all along. Sure enough, it fits. When they read the description aloud, the picture changes into a mirror, which allows them to walk through into the snowy fortress, which is Dracula's true castle. They enter a long hallway in which the ceiling and walls are lined with pods containing vampire offspring waiting to be animated. They also see the Frankenstein monster encased in a block of ice with only his head sticking out. The monster sees Van Helsing and tells him that Dracula does have a cure for werewolfism. Van Helsing wonders why Dracula would have an antidote. Karl remembers seeing another painting that showed a werewolf killing a vampire. Now it all becomes clear. Only a werewolf can kill Dracula, and Van Helsing is scheduled to turn into one tonight at the stroke of midnight. How fucking convenient.
Of course. Of course.
The plan is to let Van Helsing transform and kill Dracula, and then Anna and Carl can inject him with the antidote at the last minute. While Van Helsing goes in search of Dracula, Anna and Carl force Igor to lead them to the antidote. Igor shows them a syringe stored in a jar of viscous liquid. Indeed, it is the antidote, but before they can retrieve it, Igor locks them in the room. Alira suddenly appears, and Anna tosses the jar at her. It crashes on the floor, and the splash burns Alira's face. Anna tosses more of the liquid at the bars of the doors, and it eats through them. While Anna keeps Alira busy, Carl takes the antidote and goes looking for Van Helsing. Van Helsing has discovered Dracula's laboratory, and the Frankenstein monster has been hoisted to the roof, and Dracula is attempting to drain his life into his infants. Van Helsing makes his way to the roof, but before the monster can be freed, lightning strikes and sends his life force down through the infant nursery. The baby vampires begin to awaken. Dun, dun, dun! Just as the Frankenstein monster gets free, Dracula changes into a bat and attacks Van Helsing. The monster is struck again by a bolt of lightning that sends him flying over the edge of the roof. And on his way down, he manages to grab onto a cable and knock Igor off the bridge where he's been chasing Carl with a cattle prod. The monster swings through a window into the room where Anna and Alira are fighting. Because, of course. As the like, it still looks cool, but, you know. As the monster holds Alira at bay, Anna uses the cable to swing back to the laboratory. On the way, Carl tosses her the antidote, and Alira catches up with Anna. When Alira gloats how she's going to drink Anna's blood, Anna grabs a spike and thrusts it through Alira's heart. Just then, the clock strikes midnight. Van Helsing changes into a werewolf and attacks Dracula. Just as Van Helsing has Dracula by the throat, the moon goes behind a cloud, and Van Helsing changes back into himself.
Okay, I want to stop you real quick. The two monsters fighting. You know what that reminded me of?
No.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
I haven't
when
seen
they, at the end battle, these two men transform into monsters and they end up fighting each other.
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember. Like I said, I haven't seen it in a really long time.
Yeah, that's oh boy, that's a bad movie.
Yeah. Dracula takes this moment to inform Van Helsing that it was he who murdered Dracula back in 1462. Suddenly, the moon comes back. Van Helsing turns into a vampire again and chews up Dracula's neck. Dracula crumbles into the dust, as do all his baby vampires. Once Dracula is destroyed, all his creations are also destroyed, which I do like. You kill the head, you kill them all.
Well, ain't that one of the biggest things?
Yeah, that's one of the biggest tropes for sure. I don't know where it originated, but I know it definitely didn't originate with Dracula.
Mine of it originated in the Phantom Menace.
The Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
No, that's been around a lot longer than that.
Okay, all right.
At that moment, Anna runs into the room with the antidote. Van Helsing leaps at her. Carl also arrives and opens the silver stake, ready to plunge it into Van Helsing. But Anna was successful. She injects the antidote into Van Helsing just before she died. Van Helsing is returning to himself. Now, this part was originally filmed with Hugh Jackman in the buck-ass nude. However, when they saw it, it was decided that it might take away from the impact of the scene, so they photoshopped a piece of loincloth on him. Otherwise, totally buck wild for that scene.
You flick too hard. You flick too hard.
Van Helsing and Carl hold a cremation for Anna at sea. The monster departs by raft, and Helsing sees Anna's spirit reuniting with her family in heaven. Van Helsing and Carl ride off into the sunset together. Now, I'm not going to lie, there's a part of me that wishes that maybe they had continued it, but maybe in like comic book form or something, because I really would like to see more adventures like this, but this movie was definitely not a way to kick it off.
I have to give them props. I didn't think they would let the woman die at the end.
Right?
That's not the Hollywood ending that I was expecting.
And I do like the concept. It's just the execution, unfortunately, just doesn't hit. It's too long. It's a little almost convoluted at times. A lot of fight scenes. Holy crow. Like, great fight scenes, don't get me wrong, but...
It kind of has the same issues that the 2017 The Mummy had, in my opinion.
Well, the problem with that one was they were trying to set up a universe that didn't exist yet.
Right.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
All
I'm
good.
getting all choked up here and talking about this movie.
All choked up because he knows we're almost done talking about it.
Yes, 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 yes.
No, I do remember when this came out. I think I saw it in theaters. I don't remember if I did or not. But I know my friend Amrita loved it. And she kept mispronouncing the name. She kept calling it Van Helsing, even though no matter how many times I corrected her. Um, yeah, no, I do remember enjoying it when I was younger. But yeah, last night, oh my god, I was just having a hard time finishing it.
Yeah, I won't lie. I fell asleep today while I was watching it.
Yeah, and that right there pretty much says our thoughts on the movie. We both
Yeah,
almost both had some form of sleep. So, you ready to spring up what the next movie will be?
let's do it, my man.
All
Oh,
right.
you mean?
So
Oh, wait. Oh.
I'll read it off, then you spin. So on the wheel, we currently have Con Air, The Rock, Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla 1998, Armageddon, Cliffhanger, The Phantom, The Mummy, Twister, Face Off, and Speed. All right.
I know what I'm hoping for. I don't
I'm
know what you're hoping for.
hoping for The Mummy.
You mean fish off. I want some good old Nick Cage and Sean Travolta.
All right.
Let's see.
Go for it. Oh, even better. Armageddon, the 1998
Michael Bay, baby. Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, and also one of the greatest songs ever written for a movie. I don't want to miss a thing, and you can fight me on that, folks. Not you, Ben, folks. Um, the movie that I helped watch Ben Affleck as a big star, Bruce Willis, great cast, Owen Wilson, Michael Clark Duncan, um, uh,
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, Billy Bob Thornton. Um, God, what's his face? Draco Malfoy's dad, Lucius, the actor.
Jason Isaac.
Jason Isaac, he's in this. The very first April O'Neil from the Ninja Turtles is in this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she plays the estranged wife of Rocco.
I never seen it.
Dude, you're in for a fucking treat. Ben, I've got a long weekend this weekend. You want to watch it together?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Okay. So you guys got that to look forward to. We've got Armageddon coming up. I can't wait to talk about this movie. It is so much goddamn fun. None of it makes sense, but it's glorious. It's glorious. All right, Ben. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me at my Twitter, man_radio. You can also find me on my own YouTube channel, The Multiverse Kingdom. Every Wednesday on Jedi Academy. Every Friday on the Weekly Kingdom. Every Sunday on Kingdom Uncut. And starting Monday, very excited about this. We're launching a fantasy show, The Fellowship of Kingdom. We're going to be reviewing and recapping all the fantasy shows, but leading up to it, we're going to be ranking characters. This week, we're going to be ranking all the characters of Game of Thrones, baby. Game of Thrones.
That you're delving into a can of worms there. I think.
I'm really excited for this one. I'm putting a lot into this. I'm excited for this show.
Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it, guys. Go check it out. Multiverse of Geekdom, great people over there, great shows. As for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman. You can find me here, well, obviously Thursday nights doing the show with Ben. You can find me most Wednesday nights on the Squared Slice, do our wrestling show. We've currently taken the last couple of weeks off, just, life, and Dustin forgot it was his anniversary last night, that type of stuff. And then Saturday, myself, Ben, and 50, we're going to be doing Northern Countdown. Ben, what's the topic?
It is top 5 seasons of a show that it really became the show we love.
Right. This is basically.
I should have said this back on last week, but they're totally all opinions where we fell in love with the show ourselves, and yeah.
or it could be a moment when new cast members were added or cast members had left, and it took a turn that worked very, very well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew that another. Oh, well, we'll talk later. We'll talk after.
All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the video. Let us know what your thoughts on Van Helsing are. And we'll see you next week as we go into space and blow up a goddamn asteroid with
Yeah. Yeah.
testosterone movie. All right, folks. Have a good evening, and we'll see you.